So students, the next topic that we will be studying today, it is aristocracy and new middle class. Basically, the European society in the 18th century was divided into three kind of groups: aristocracy, peasantry, and then a new group was created that was known as middle class. Let's talk about aristocracy first. Aristocracy basically was a smaller group of nobles. Those nobles used to enjoy high power in the society. All these nobles have a familiar way of life, means their lifestyle matched with each other. Next, they possess different estates in countryside. It means in the village area they used to hold large pieces of land. They spoke French in high society. When the nobles used to meet each other, they used to speak French at that time. And if they wanted to make relations with any other country, then also they used the French language. One more thing, these nobles used to marry into each other's families. Like suppose our noble from France will marry his or her daughter in the nobility of any other country like Austria, like Prussia, in any other place also. So nobles were tied by marriages. So this group was known as aristocracy at that time, and this group was very small in number. The second kind of group was the peasantry. It means the farmers and the poor people. These were the larger part of the population. Their numbers were quite more than the aristocracy. Two kinds of peasants used to be there in Europe at that time. First kind was in the west area of Europe and they were known as tenants. The other kind was serfs and they used to live in the east. Basically, tenants are the people who work on the land of a noble and they will pay rent to that noble for using the land. And the serfs were already in the last topic I told you. So serfs were kind of like bonded labor who will work on the land of a noble. If one person dies, his son will continue. If the son dies, and the other son will continue. This is how the serfdom used to be there. So serf used to be in east and tenant used to be in west, and these were known as larger part of the population. The peasantry was very poor at that time, and aristocracy was the upper class. It used to be very rich at that time. The third kind of class emerged in the late 18th century, and that was known as middle class. Basically, who were these middle class people? This was a working class population. This included different businessmen and professionals. Professional means somebody who is very good in a particular profession and he is belonging to that profession only. These people were dependent on market production. It means these people were related to the factory production in which many goods and services were created at that time. And these people were collectively known as middle class. For the first time, the nationalism in Europe was started by this class only that we know as middle class.